Hi Pratiksha, how are you?
Hello, Niharika. I'm good. What about you?
I'm also doing really well. First of all, I would really like to thank you for taking out the time from your busy schedule and agreeing for the interview. I really appreciate that.
It's my pleasure, Niharika. I'm glad that you approached me for this interview. So let's get started.
Yes, yes, for sure. So Pratiksha, why don't you start by telling us about like how did you start your professional journey? I'm sure our viewers must be interested in knowing that.
It's a very difficult thing to explain what my journey was. It was little different than generally what a designers have because I'm an engineer graduate. So I started my career being an engineer as a developer. I did my internship as a designer, but after that, I again moved back to my development as a backend developer, that too, um, managing all the client-based services, all those things I used to do. There was a time when I finally decided to moving back to the designer because development was not something which was like coming out very well for me. Well, it was pretty good, but there was still something missing, which I realized and finally moved back to the designing. And now it's been 2 years as a designer, particularly as a designer. From the past few, like 6 years, I'm doing the designing, but still, like I can actually say that from past 2 years, I'm particularly into the designing and not doing the development and everything else.
So, Pratiksha, when you say designing, what exactly do you do in the designing? And
Uh,
what
so
kind of projects do you take up? What kind of companies have you worked up till now?
there are particularly different brands I've worked for, and for designing, it's not particularly one field because designing is a very vast topic if we talk about. So for particularly in designing, I started as a graphic designer. So used to do the graphic designs and used to create the banners for the digital marketing. I had my collaboration with many famous brands like Harvest Gold, which is like number one Delhi's bread brand, and the number two was the like Ayurveda Herbals. It's a cosmetic company which produces all the Ayurvedic products, skincare products. Few more designers I have worked with, and some more companies like Om Monica Kapoor. She's a fashion designer for Sonam Kapoor. She used to design the jewelry for Sonam Kapoor and few more Bollywood artists. So yeah, these are the brands which I have collaborated with.
Great, great, Pratiksha. These are quite a good names which we have heard from you. And I have seen your work personally on your portfolio as well. And I must say, you've done a really great job over there. So,
Thank you so much, Narika.
yeah. So moving on to our next question, what according to you are the qualities or the skills should a good graphic designer must have?
Okay. So that's a very big question. So actually nowadays finding a graphic designer may be easy to come by, but finding a great graphic designer can be a challenge. So there are some of the skills or qualities which a graphic designer should have. So like if I talk about the creativity, so creativity is a must. Every graphic designer must have imaginative thinking and they must be able to apply their imagination into their work. So creative people don't just follow the crowd or the latest trends which are there in the market. They actually find the inspiration in everyday objects, even in themselves. So yeah, creativity is a top-notch thing, which is definitely required. Other than that, having a consistency is very much required too. So yeah, I will say consistency or maybe a problem solving, you can say. So to be a great graphic designer, it's very important to know how to solve a problem because what exactly we designers do is to solve a problem. Okay, so designer has to make the thing work, not only to create something which is brilliant, but to know how their design can work out.
Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely. So how do you incorporate your client's feedback into your design? I mean, seeing from an outsider's view, there must be clients' requirements which you need to fulfill in your designing, and there must be some queries or modifications related to the designing when you submit your first, let's say, first lot of the project or something like that. And how do you
Correct.
incorporate the changes in the design? How do you take the feedback?
Okay, so while designing something, it's like I spend tons of time while designing even a creative. So it's like most of the time it feels like I have nailed it. But it's not important that you have actually nailed it. So it's very important to take the client's feedback. And before submitting anything to the client, it's very important to take the feedback from the people around you. So maybe you can approach to the users which for which you are designing that creative for. So you can ask for the teammates for a clear feedback or something like that. So I used to do some suggestions and comments. I have some of my channels where I post my designs and take their suggestions or their comments onto that design, and I incorporate it, and then finally I submit it to the client. And after submitting to the client, I try to get into the client's shoe first while designing the creative, so that I know what exactly the client wants. And then, even though when I'm showing the client, I try to tell them what is my approach towards that design. And then finally, whatever the client's feedback is there, I incorporated that into my design.
Okay, that's really good to know. So, Pradiksha, I mean, I've seen some of your artworks as well on your Insta profile. I've been following you since
Yeah,
a long time now, and I think the page is in the name of Life Behind Canvas, right?
yeah, correct.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So what about that? I mean, is it something which comes complementary with the graphic designers to indulge yourself in the painting and artwork, or is it just specifically for you? Like you are, you relate yourself to that, you relate your work to that. What exactly is it? Would you like to put some limelight on that as well?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So Life Behind Canvas is my personal page. I created that page because I used to do the designing or the paintings or any of the artworks on the daily basis. So just to keep myself, it might sound like a bit of cliche, but it is the total truth that it is the part of my life, and it keeps me energized and it keeps my soul alive. So I used to do the graphic designing and all these things for the clients, but there has to be something that fulfills your soul. So doing the paintings, the canvas paintings, the sketching, watercolor art, loose paintings. So all these things I do it for myself. So Lifebank Canvas is something that I created to fulfill my own soul. So to share what I have created without any restrictions, whatever is there, whatever is my imagination, to put it into a canvas or to a paper, to throw in some different vibrant colors, and maybe some different palette I use for some of the designs to just give something to my audience. So that's the reason why I created the Life Behind Canvas, or all those paintings over there. It's just what I imagine.
Agree, I completely agree with this, and I think one must have something on, like their personal interest. One must pursue along with their professional job or whatever work they have indulged themselves into, because that is something which keeps the creativity and uniqueness into you alive, and which keeps you motivated.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, Pratiksha, I also know, I mean, if I'm not wrong, you have indulged yourself in in the startup ideas as well, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah, I have.
Okay, okay. Would you care to elaborate something on that? Like, what kind of startup and how did you manage to do all that? And how did you come up with the
So
ideas and everything?
yeah, definitely. So actually having a startup and having my own company is my dream. So I've worked for it from past, I guess, 6 to 7 years. I tried so many things. So starting with when I was in the college, during my college time, I started my own company where I used to hire a few interns. I used to get some clients through my contacts and through online media. And then I used to give those work to the interns and everything. But it's very difficult. At that time, you don't have any experience, you don't have any corporate experience. It's quite difficult to manage at that time.
Right.
So that was the first thing that I started when I went to Delhi for my internship. I completed my internship and then I decided to have something on my own. So I
Mm-hmm.
started that startup. That time I was not totally into designing. I had my interest into the designing, but I was doing engineering as well. So I know the front end and the back end development as well. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why at that time I started having a company related to that. Then after that, what I did was I joined some companies. I thought of not doing it directly rather than having an experience so that you can manage your company pretty well. So then I went to Bangalore. I did some of my internships out there. I did some of the jobs with some CEOs. I collaborated as well with some of the agencies. And then I get into some of the startups. I started my own furniture company as well. So that was a way different thing because I have my interest into the designing. So I thought of designing some cool furnitures for the people and everything. But due to some shortage and due to the lack of my collaboration, I couldn't reach to that level. That was one of my startups. After that, I indulged into a event management company as well. You might have heard about the Ringabel events.
Yes,
So that I started when I moved back to Delhi. So that was also another startup I worked for.
that's really
But
impressive, Pratiksha, I must say. Okay. So talking about the startups, how can I miss this question? What are the biggest mistakes you have done so far?
okay, so there are many of them. Like there are many times in your life when you feel like it was a big mistake or it was also a big mistake. But rather than calling it as a mistake, I would call it as an experience and that you can learn from. So I had a very different career path, as I told you before, that I did front end development, I did back end development, I did marketing as well, digital marketing. I worked for sales as well for like 2, 3 months. So I have indulged myself into different career paths to find the best one for myself. So yeah, it does feel like sometimes that it was a big mistake because if I would have not spent so much of my time into different career paths, I must have been into the designing. Then I would have a great career path into designing itself. I mean, बहुत कुछ कर सकती थी मैं, but अभी यही है कि अभी बहुत सारे अलग अलग इंडस्ट्रीज में हूँ. But that experience is actually a pretty good one because now I know a bit of about marketing as well. So it is a good experience to learn from.
Indeed, is.
But yeah, sometimes it feels like it was a mistake.
But after all, we learn from our mistake itself.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, Pratiksha, what is your advice? What, according to you, the new guys who are planning to enter in this designing field, what, according to you, the qualities they should possess, or what advice you would want to give them to, not make the same mistake and to keep on the track with the same amount of rigorousness, with the same amount of dedication they started thinking of with. So, what is your advice to the new buyers?
Okay. So if we talk about the advice, the one advice that I would like to tell everyone was to take your time. It's not a marathon and not it's a marathon basically, not a sprint. So it might sound like a bit cliche, but it's the actual thing. So be patient with your career. Put your time to learn. If you work hard and put in the time, you will move up. You will take no time responsibilities and you will get to where you want to be. Let it happen. So that's one thing that I would like to tell because there will be always be something better. The one you are like you were in your school, you must be better now. So yeah, it's a long path, it's a marathon. Just keep going, keep moving.
Absolutely, absolutely. I really appreciate the time and the information which you have shared with us today. I really do. And with that note, I think we would sum up this interview. And anything you would like to add on from your end, anything you would like to contribute to? this interview,
Not a
this
month,
session.
but I had a great time too while interviewing this. I came to know about myself as well while talking to you that yeah, I've done these things. So thank
Oh,
you so
that's
much as well for interviewing me today.
with all pleasure, with all pleasure. So, Pratiksha, thank you so much for your time here, and I wish you all the very best and good luck for your future and your dreams. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much. Good luck to you too.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.